Welcome to your transfer bonanza, live from Edinburgh. It's not live, obviously, but we are in Edinburgh.
And we're live. This is the transfer bonanza where we get the performance artist of news. We take all his clothes off, we smother him in yoghurt, we do a monologue about the war or something for an hour, and then me and Sam give him a 1-star review and say, get gone, we've got some transfer gossip for you.
You alright?
Yeah, mate, it's a tough month. It's been a tough month.
We're going to tell you what the papers have been lying about. We're not going to do any of that stuff. Yeah. Shall we start with some news?
I've been
out
the loop, mate. I've been out the loop. I don't know what's going on United-wise, and I'm looking forward to you telling me of which 5 world-class players we've signed. We've got Vidal by now, I imagine. We've got Hummels by now, I imagine. We've got Maria.
We've got Rojo.
What?
We've got Rojo.
Isn't that that's a drug, isn't it?
No, that's a little Argentinian left-back. Not a hypno. We've signed Rojo. He's 24. He came from Sporting Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, whatever they're called now. He's sort of a left-sided centre-back, can play left-back. He played in every game for Argentina in the World Cup and was, if Messi had turned up, would have been a World Cup winner, right?
I'm not saying that Rojo is a bad player, mate, but can I just put this into perspective? I have been away for a month. A month! I've done about 25 shows, mate.
Had any reviews?
And what's Ed Woodward done?
Rojo. He signed Rojo. Man United fans generally are getting quite sort of down about Rojo and they're going like, oh, what's the point? Oh, we want Hummels. The thing about Hummels is, you're going, well, we want Hummels because he's become a brand because of his name that you think he's brilliant. There's nothing to suggest that Rojo isn't going to be an exceptional footballer just because on FIFA he's not rated as highly as Hummels because Hummels is more famous. It's like David Beckham was always rated higher around the world than Paul Scholes because David Beckham was branded better. Doesn't mean anything. Rojo could be excellent. According to the Castro Index, he was in the team of the tournament of the World Cup. That speaks volumes.
Sam, tell me this. We must have made at least some development with Vidal, with Di Maria, with players like that. Remember, we've had a month.
You mentioned Hummels.
Yeah?
Not a single bit of news about Hummels since I last saw you.
Sugar my plums.
Vidal. There are 2 schools of thought. Manchester United are now saying, we're not interested. We don't want Vidal. It's nothing to do with us. There's another school of thought that Andy Mitten is sort of leading. He's saying he's spoken to his contacts in Italy. He's spoken to people in Manchester. He says Juventus are willing to sell and that Vidal is keen to move, which is why Juventus tell everybody who will listen, we're not going to sell him. We're not going to sell him. We're not going to sell him. They're desperate for someone to go, oh, really? And they're desperate to sell him, apparently. So United hopefully will make a bid, but they haven't. We haven't actually done anything, but allegedly they're ready to sell. It depends on who you believe, but it's possible.
Come on, Woodward.
Di Maria is another one you mentioned, I believe.
Yes, he's coming.
So
Di Maria is signed.
Paris Saint-Germain have apparently dropped out of the race to buy him.
Get gone,
because
mate.
they can't afford. They just can't afford to buy him.
Yeah.
Real Madrid apparently want 50 million euros for him, which is great because Woodward says we've got all the monies and that we don't care about breaking transfer records and anything like that. But are we going to actually pay them 50 million? It doesn't look like it at the minute. But the problem with Woodward is he recently said, oh, we've got all the money. We don't mind breaking transfer records. We'll do whatever we want. We've got cash in the bank. That's like turning up to a market to buy a melon and going, hey, who wants to sell me a melon? I've got 50 quid. No one's going to go, yeah, the melons are 40p, mate. Don't worry about it. Everyone's going to go, yeah, they're 49.99. Come get yourself a decent melon. So I don't know what. I mean, Woodward is a man who works in money. He knows what he's done is stupid, and he did it.
What I'd be doing is I'd be.
Shut up!
That was hilarious. There's a man just taking a photo in the road and a taxi just being like, what the hell are you doing? And that's what I'm thinking about Ed Woodward. What he should have done, mate, is he should have gone up to Juventus and gone like, oh, I'm interested in Vidal, but I've barely got I've got change, mate. Then we would have had him for £1 on 50p a week, guaranteed fact.
That's a fact. Allegedly, though, Woodward has been trying hard to buy people. Thomas Muller has come out and said we offered him loads of money, but that he's not interested. So apparently we did try to buy Muller, and apparently also Royce.
Which 2 players, mate?
Muller and Royce. Royce turned us down. Muller turned us down. Oh. This is terrible in that it's a bad image for the club to have players coming out going, well, we don't want to go there, sinking ship. Doesn't look good. It also means we've failed to convince signings we wanted to make. So when you hear Louis van Gaal and Woodward saying, well, there was no value in the transfer market, the players we wanted, we didn't want them really, they weren't available or whatever. What's happening is we've tried to buy people and we've not been able to convince them that United a good enough side anymore. Go on.
What about, Sam? What if these guys are just shouting their mouths off to make them look better to the fans? Like, yeah, I just want to play for Bayern so bad I turned down 300k a week. I'm just such a big fan.
It's possible, but the fact that perhaps Woodward thought we were going to sign Royce and Muller, maybe that's why he was shouting his mouth off about watch this space.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
I tell you, I'm more
he's
inclined to believe the players who have said, no, I'm not going there, than I am to believe the club who've gone, we've not tried to buy anyone, because they have denied these stories. What else is going on?
Muller and Royce would be incredible.
Blind. Daley Blind.
Daley Blind.
Yeah, do you reckon we signed him?
Yeah.
We haven't signed anyone Dutch, despite all of the rumours. We've been linked to every Dutch human on the planet. We haven't signed him either. But according to the Daily Star, we're getting Blind. So you can ignore that right now because we bought Rojo, so we're not going to buy another left-sided defender.
Mate,
it's not going to happen.
The Daily Star have just said we're buying Blind, so don't. Yeah. You'll look like an idiot if you say we're not getting him, mate. Another
one you can probably ignore. Sport Witness say £35 million for Delafou, who you remember was on loan at Everton last season.
Sam, you just said 35 million.
It's 35 million euros, yeah. I said pounds last time. 35 million euros for a 20-year-old that can't get in the Barca team.
It's all gone to pot since I've been away.
Yeah, I'm just mad. I don't know where that came from. So those are players we won't be buying. There's a solid list there. Players that are leaving. Do you want to hear some?
Well, so some people are left.
William is going to be delighted, little William. Nani's gone. He's loaned out.
What, so we've finally sold him?
No, we've loaned him. Good news is he's got 4 years left on his contract because Moyes gave him 5 years, and we're still paying his wages. Cheers, Ed.
We're just sending someone on holiday.
Yeah, pretty much.
To Portugal.
It's nice there. I've been. Yeah, so he's gone. Scunthorpe Telegraph.
Oh.
Sit down. This is an exclusive. You remember last year they were spot on about the car parking spaces around the high street.
Yeah.
And also they said that cat was up the tree.
It was
it was.
It was up the tree, yeah.
Scunthorpe Telegraph have come out with a huge exclusive. Hernandez, Fellaini to Spurs. Think that's going to happen?
I just never thought we'd find out from this quickly, from the Scunthorpe Telegraph.
Exclusive.
People's news.
Yeah, elsewhere. Well, that's it, really. So these are our closing statements. Ed Woodward, we've watched your space. Nothing's happened. Pull your finger out, because this is a joke. Paul Scholes says he's scared for the future of our club, and it's not difficult to see why. Sort it out. The Glazers are killing us. Any thoughts?
I think let's give them a little bit of credit, maybe. We've not thought we're signing anyone, then out of the blue someone will be signed. It looked like Shaw wasn't going to happen, then last minute it was like, we have signed Shaw, maybe stuff's going to happen, maybe on transfer deadline they'll be like, we've been working on this all month, Vidal's here, Di Maria's here, but if that doesn't ever happen, God knows the Glazers and Woodward, there's going to be 100 reasons about you, so help me Christ.
He'll do it.
We're in Edinburgh, guys. We will travel the world to tell you about Manchester United. Make sure you subscribe, watch all the videos, they're amazing.